In today's video, I'm going to be telling you 5 tricky ways that your abusive partner is manipulating you through lies. I'm categorizing the lies into 5 groups, and I'm going to put in juicy examples so that you can relate with them. So that if you notice any of these examples in your relationship, you know that your partner is simply manipulating you. Let's get started. Fourth category of lies that you might be getting from an abusive. Yes, I'm almost finished, sweetie. Okay, bye-bye. Please don't make noise. Okay. Yes, bye-bye. First category of lies that your partner is using to manipulate you is that they are distorting the truth to make it benefit you. In other words, they are playing on the truth in such a way that it seems as if they are looking out for you. It seems as if they care about you, but they don't. So the easiest way to explain this is to give you an example. So think about a guy who just impregnated a young girl or impregnated a woman, right? And he doesn't want her to keep the baby. He wants her to terminate the pregnancy. But he doesn't tell her that. So he takes her out for dinner and then he tells her, oh, I'm so excited that you're having a baby. I'm so happy we are going to start our family. I'm so excited, and all of that. But then all of a sudden he begins to look sad. And so the lady is like, why are you looking sad? And then he's like, I'm happy about this news, right? But I'm worried about you. I think this pregnancy is going to slow you down. I think that this pregnancy is going to affect your studies. That's perhaps if she's studying. Or I think this pregnancy is going to affect your career. You were trying to get that promotion this year. I don't know how that's going to work with this pregnancy. And suddenly this lady who wanted to keep this pregnancy begins to think about, oh my goodness, maybe keeping the pregnancy is not such a good idea. So this guy, his real intention is to get her to terminate the pregnancy. But he plays on it in a way that it seems like her doing what he wants is going to benefit her. Okay? So it is true that having a pregnancy can, in a way, sort of slow you down in your academics or your career. But he's not pointing that out because he cares about her. He's pointing that out because of something he wants her to do. Let me give you another example. So maybe your partner wants you to quit your job and they don't tell you, oh, I want you to quit your job. They just say, oh, I think you need to spend more time with the kids. I think you're not around as much as I would like you to be around. I think it's time for us to focus on the family. So I think it will be better if you quit your job now. You can always work sometime later. Whereas what they really want, they want you to quit your job so that you can become financially dependent on them. Or they will say, oh, I have enough money to take care of us both. I don't see why you need to stress yourself out working so much. I really want you to just rest. I want to pamper you, etc. So it's a lie because they have a different agenda for saying that. But they're saying it in a way that it seems like it's beneficial to you. So they're distorting the truth in a way that it seems like it's beneficial to you. This is one of the best ways that abusers get you to do what they want. I've told you already in a previous video when I spoke about what is manipulation. I'm going to link it up here. That manipulation essentially is an abusive partner trying to get you to do what they want. It's really a subtle way that they're trying to control you. So yeah, they'll paint something up like it's going to benefit you, but there's a real major hidden benefit for them. The second way that an abuser is manipulating you through lies, or the second category of lies, is that they exaggerate situations. Yes, this one I'm going to call embellished truths. In other words, there is some iota of truth to it, but then they embellish it with, a lot of things because they want you to do what they want, or because they want to paint a scenario that makes you sort of, agree with them. So let's say you had been planning with them to go on a vacation, or you've been planning with them to do a project or whatever, something, that has to do with finances. And then all of a sudden they just tell you about how you're in the red, how you don't have any money at all, how all the money has gone, blah, 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 how they invested in something and totally tanked. There's just this way that they embellish the truth. And the truth really is, yes, it's possible that you are not doing very well financially, okay? Or maybe in a situation where they're in control of the accounts or of the finances. It's possible that you are not doing very well financially, but they, amplify it so that it seems like, there's no way that you can, spend money on that, or there's no way that you can do that. There's no way you can go on vacation for the next 5 years, or there's no way you can do whatever it is you want to do. But then you catch them buying something very expensive. One day you just suddenly notice that special fancy wristwatch. And then you're wondering, wait, how we don't have money to do this, but we have money to do that. But I don't understand. Yes, so a lot of times they will exaggerate. And it's not just finances, they do it in different ways. Let me think of another one. Perhaps they don't want you to leave them. They're trying to keep you with them, and then they sort of come up with this deadly ailment that they have. It's possible that they're actually a little ill, but then they come up with, they exaggerate it and act like, oh my God, if you leave them, they're really going to die because they have this very terminal ailment and all of that. Yes, so that's another way that they could be embellishing the truth. The third category of lies from an abusive partner is that they'll outrightly lie to you. I mean, they just basically tell you something that is completely false. Okay, so the first two are, a little bit of a distortion of the truth. But sometimes they just outrightly lie to you. So you ask them, where were you last night? And they tell you, oh, I had to work late, or I had to go on a business trip, whereas they're actually in the club, or they're actually with some other woman. In fact, an abusive person is bold enough to bring you the other person they are dating, okay? And then tell you, she's my friend, and you even accept, their friend, or they call the person their cousin, or their distant relative, and it's actually someone they are dating, okay? So sometimes they just tell you outright lies. They don't pretend about any of, of what they are doing. The fourth category of lies that you may hear from an abusive partner is that they tell you what you want to hear. In other words, they tell you something that you want to hear, and usually it will come in form of false promises. So they make you false promises. They tell you they're going to marry you because they know that that's what you want to hear. They tell you that they're going to do something important for you because they know that that's what you want to hear. But when they are telling you this, they have no intention of fulfilling it. And that's very common with manipulative people. They make you a promise and then they renege on it. I mean, when it's time for you to actually do it, they just, basically change the story. And, either they tell you outrightly that, no, they never said that, or they begin to give you excuses. So that's another very common way that an abusive person would manipulate you with lies. They'll be giving you false promises. They'll be telling you things that they know that you want to hear. The category of lies that you hear from an abusive partner are half-truths. In other words, they tell you a part of the truth and withhold a part of the truth, all right? Or they tell you a part of the truth and then mix it with a lie. So one half is the truth, the other half is a lie. Or they tell you a part of the truth and leave out another part of it. Those are half-truths. So let's say they want to end a relationship with you. They come and tell you, oh, I don't think we can go on this relationship because my parents don't really like you, and I tried my hardest to get them to support our relationship, and I don't want to do anything outside of them. Now, the real truth is they want to break up with you. They are done with the relationship. But then they just pull out that, the fact that their parents don't like you, which may be true. It's possible their parents don't like you, and in one way or the other, you've had one sort of scuffle or the other with their parents. And then they basically use that, and tell you that that's the reason they're doing something, whereas that's not really it. They're done. Okay? So, half-truths are actually very, very common with abusive people. If you have been getting value from this video so far, please hit the like button and please, of course, subscribe, because there's still many more signs of manipulation. And I have an entire playlist on the signs of manipulation. You don't want to miss out on any of them. So leave me a comment below. What are some of the horrible lies that you probably heard from your abusive partner? I would like to read from you in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one, and bye-bye.